All right, we got a few minutes here. We're going to go over this. So what I've done, if you watched the video from last night, the chicken picking, what I did was I've been thinking about merging my mix template and my production template. So once I pull in this template and I start making music, like I can kind of be mixing as I go, and there'd be certain things that would like maybe plugins on the master would be deinstantiated for latency reasons. But anyway, we're gonna try this. So I set it up last night, and again, if you didn't watch the video yesterday, I had a client out from Tampa. She literally just walked out the door, and we made a record here last year with real drums. I mixed it hybrid, and it came out really good. And I played her that when 7 was 6, the instrumental baritone track that I did last month, and she loved it. And I told her, I said, that's me playing everything. I program the drums, and that's mixed in the box, no hybrid. And she's like, oh, I want to do it that way. So there it goes. Like, yeah, it worked. The experiment worked. She really liked it. It really does. I'm so stoked about it. So, and a part of being able to mix as I go is probably more to not be hybrid, because hybrid creates all kinds of weird latency. It works when you're mixing, but tracking, it's, yeah. So we are now set at, if you go to Playback Engines and Pro Tools, I mean, they probably have all the same thing in Logic and whatever else, Cubase. Usually I work at 128 samples, really super low latency for like tracking and everything, but I go to 1024 when I mix. So it takes the pressure off the computer. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep it at the 128. Okay? And now we're going to come here. And I pulled this into her first song, and it worked great. And we go to rock template. We go rock and mix template. So it's really production and mix template, but maybe I'll rename that. That's a little deceiving. Rock meaning it was set up for guitars and stuff. So there's a couple of things that I need to do. There's a few workarounds, and I think that I've already fixed everything. So the way it works is I've got Superior Drummer on a bus track, or on like an instrument track, and then you play the keyboard and then it activates it. But I have that bussing out to separate tracks, so it's already pre-made. So here you'll see a Superior Drummer. A little bigger so you can see it, and you'll see it's automatically bussing out to kick in, snare top, which is really not snare top, it's just snare. Really, I should change that. It's just snare. There it is. There's no kick in, and that's the thing. Now I'm figuring this out as I go, right? This is the old, right. So it's kick trig, and snare trig are going to be samples that I'm going to pull in the audio. You'll see. But we go kick in, or just kick. Stop saying kick in, because I blend them here. I don't send out them separately. Snare, tom 1, 2, 3, and 4, hi-hat, overs, and rooms. And the way I set this up is to work off of the way my template was, kick, snare, toms, and hi-hat are all monos. All this is mono. Disregard the triggers for right now. We'll get into that. These are all monos. So the way they input from Superior is, you'll see like kick, it goes out 3/4. I don't know if you guys know about Superior Drummer, but it has its own mixer, and you send it out. So all I did here was input 3 left. So it just sends it here as a mono 3 left. There you go, with the little check mark. So that's the way I did that, and it worked perfect. So there you go. Now you'll see that all these kicks, kick, snare, tom, hi-hat, all this stuff's going out 1 and 2. That's not what it goes out for the mix, but that's going to be what it goes out for programming for latency reasons. And you'll see the mix. This is the master fader. Everything's deinstantiated. So if I come here, I'm still getting a little bit. Check it out. Let's go. Little flam on the snare, and it has to do with this. If I kill all this, then I get straight. So it only seems to really, yeah, it's okay, but I almost would probably disregard that. So just a little bit, it just takes a little bit of like forgetting what you're hearing. Like, now that is not a flam, but you'll see what I mean. So now if I was to come here, no, don't do that. Ah! Okay, so now they're all in I mode. So kick, snare, and then tom 1, tom 2, tom 3, tom 4. They run backwards in Superior. I guess it's way ergonomic for your, I don't get it. Hi-hat, and then all your overs and rooms are here. This is all set up for my mix, except it's not outputting to the buses. So watch. So if we were to come here and go, let's go like this, just, sorry about that. Okay, let's just say that's our awesome drum part. Now, what we do is we come out of record mode here. Now, once our drums are assembled, and we've gone through, we've done our punches, our edits, we've changed this, we've punched that part, we moved this, and, get the drums just the way we want them, we can then print them. So now what I'm doing is taking all the individuals off of Superior, and I am printing them now onto the separate tracks. Watch. You hear that flammy snare? Now we come out of this, and we just can kill this, doesn't matter, but now you're going to hear it straight. Now, oh man, I'm stoked, baby. Now, in the comments here, it says what the output is. So I've got kick has to go out to kick sub. Snare has to go out to snare sub. How ironic, don't you think? Probably these toms are in some sort of an order. Let's see. Or no, they're just all going out toms. Right, they're just all going out toms, I think. All right. I haven't been doing this. Oh yeah, there you go, tom sub. So now all the toms are going out tom sub, and they're already well, no. Oh, no. Right. They're just going out to a stereo tom sub. Okay, yeah, there you go. And then these three just go straight to the bus, the drum bus. So now, who's excited? Who wants to hear the drums? Now, this is the mix. This is, for the most part, this is actually the exact mix. And if I come here and I reinstantiate my master fader, this is the exact mix of when 7 was 6. And there it is. So what I can do is I can work from this template and just start doing it. Just start doing the deal. Just start doing the deal, man. And I can mix kind of as I go. Also, at the end, the song's already where I kind of want it. Then it's just, instead of like having every song nowhere and starting from scratch, oh man, like, yeah. So this is this is going to be it. So there it is. So here it is. Yeah, full mix. Oh, sorry. Hair on the keyboard. And you're not hearing this through Pro. You're just hearing it with the blue mic. But you know what it sounds like. It's boom. It smells like huevos, nachos. So there you go. And that's it. So, and I've got, let me see, I'll loop a little of this. So the kick is going out. Kick sub. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do this. Let me go here. Sorry about that. This is all kind of new to me. Here's my kick. Boom. Here's my snare. Boom. Now it's with triggers. I didn't even have the triggers on. There you go. So that's the full Monty. That's kick and snare with triggers. It's just money. So kick and kick trigger go out to kick sub, which doesn't have much on it because the processing has been more on the tracks. So the kick has like an SSL bus or an SSL channel, 1176, and a clipper, and then the trigger has just an 1176. And then as I go, I can do anything I want. Snare has an 1176. It's got a multi-band I'm not using. Clipper, a little dippity-doo. And there's that bump at 220, I think. Yeah, that's the Sheppies thing. And with the snare trigger, though, it's outputting. You'll see it's going stereo because there's space on the snare, so I don't want this, like the triggers, the kick is coming out mono, snare's coming out stereo, and all the subs are stereo. So the kick is mono, the sub itself is stereo, but the kick itself is mono. But with the snare being stereo here, if you're keeping the aspect or the space of the snare trigger intact. And then here's snare trigger. Yeah, it's got a bunch of those things, and it's got a little of that. Woo, look at that, yo, diggity. It's got some of that. Here, I'll play it down while I open these up. Clipper again. And some of these are ones that I sometimes use, so they're just off right now. Here's snare. This is just the regular snare. Nothing there. Clipper. This is simple. Here's kick. Just a little bit on there. Yeah, nothing crazy. That's on the kick with the clipper, and then that's on the kick there. And there you go. So, and then you come down the line, and you've got your toms, which just have your basic. See, there's nothing here. I think I put one on the tom. I think I have an overall on the tom here. Yeah, so it's just a little bit. I mean, the toms are all samples. They sound pretty killer. And then hi-hat and everything else is just going out to the drum bus directly here. So the kick through hi-hat, the kick through toms go out these three subs here. Kick sub, snare sub, tom sub. And then hi-hat, overs, and rooms just go directly to bus. And as does kick, snare, and tom. So it's all bussing. If you could see, you could pause this and see it. But yeah, so it's everything ends up at the bus. So if I go like this and I go like this, oh, who's alive? I don't know why he's alive. Oh, it's because of boom. Yeah, there you go. Okay, you get the gist of it. So that this controls ultimately, because that was one thing with the old template. It was like an amalgamation of a bunch of stuff, and things weren't funneling together, and I wasn't getting that gluey thing. So anyway, there you go. So there's drums. Yeah. So again, there's no work went into this. This is already there. So then it would just be a matter of like doing what you want. You want more space. Here's coming down after the kick bus or the drum bus we've got, these are all of the reverbs, and that's it. So they're all where they are. Running the inputs hot and backing off the outputs on these. Getting, I guess, a higher, what you'd call a higher resolution. Look at me with my big words. Now you got Bass DI, SansAmp, and Axe-Fx. And then again, that's all going out to the bass sub, which probably when I go to track, I would, what's this called? Bass B, which is bass bus, right? Bass bus, right? Not Nace, bass. Not Nace with bass. Oh my God, here we go, bass bus. So what you could do here is come like this, and then you would just set these out 1 and 2 so that you're tracking, you're not necessarily tracking through the bus, just in case the bus gave you some latency. And some of this, again, I don't know until I dig in what's going to be problematic. But remember, I'm running at 128. Since I went to the new Pro Tools like a year or two ago, it changed the way everything works. and I got rid of the old RAID system, and I have like a super fast system drive. Look at it. It's running. It's running. So this is, the tracks aren't all there, but this is an entire mix. So, and if you come up here and you go to system usage, I got like 2 minutes, and you hit play. That's nice, right? I mean, not the loop. Oh man, it's good to be in music, right? So you can laugh at your job. Then you've got, everything has basically a crush and a bus. Drums have crush and a bus. Music has crush and a bus. Crush is like Devil Lock, or sometimes SansAmp, or it's Decapitator. And then your bass sub is here. Working with my buddy, he's got me pushing more booty on the mixes, and I like it. Oh, this is the bass bus. Soothe. Yeah. And again, this is the bass sound for that song, but this is me in my studio. So if I track everything and I track it the way I normally do through this is going to get me probably 70%, 80% on just about anything. I mean, this is, garden varieties. I think I use the Ibanez on this, so if I use the P, I probably would put more bass on because the P is more mid-rangey. That's it. Master bus is so this is just a recreation of my old hardware, which was the GML, which I still have, but I'm just using that with tracking right now. So I've got the massive passive set up to replicate it, because what I did was I had a bunch of what did I have? A bunch of hybrid mixes that I wanted to switch over, because I was switching everybody over to in the box. This is the bus. This is the same setting as my Obsidian was. We tested it, reacted. It was fine. It sounded great. So there you go. So this is the mix bus. And then you go here, and then a little bit of max space. Look at that. Still we're using max space all these years later. Center. A little ding on that mix. And again, you could bypass that or change that for each mix. A little limiter, and then a little, whatever. What do you call it? Metering thing for the end. And that's it. Click tracks in there, because we're going to be tracking. I didn't track. I forgot that I had a click. I could have tracked the drums to the click, but I didn't. But yeah, there you go. So click's already in there. And now this is my guitar rig. These are the 5 mics in the room on auxes that already come out to G1, G2. I've got them kind of going bust. You'll see that these first 3 mics are for the Mesa cabinet, the 412. And they're all going out bus 3, and then these 2 mics are on the open back matchless, and they're going out 4. So I've just got these set. One is set to bus 3, 2 is bus 4, 3 is bus 3, bus 4. So if you're doing stereo pairs, if you're not, you can just switch this to bus 3 and then you'd be getting the Mesa cab. So I've got 6 guitar tracks set up, already multed, mono tracks, and then I've got 4 stereos for Axe Effects. It's all set. Everything's inputting. And the thing you'll see, if you go to the end here, you'll see there's a bunch of deinstantiated tracks. So if I come down here, you'll see there's nothing, but if I make them active, we'll just show, they'll still be inactive. This is DI 1 through 10. These are the DIs that correlate to these. So if I want to use a DI for 1 and 2, let's say it's a big rhythms and I want a DI because I want to double, or for whatever reason, I can just reinstantiate those and pull them over. They were normally in the guitar template already set up, but with everything, it was just too big. It was just endless. So I just like, I don't want this, you know. And I'm kind of a make a decision kind of guy with recording. I'm not, you know, I only reamp for certain reasons, but not because I wasn't sure about the sound. Usually I'm pretty good. I'm old. I know what guitar sounds like. It's not rocket science. And there it goes. So now I've got all these guitars. Everything's going out 1 and 2. But now I've got guitar 1, G1 sub, G2 sub, G3 sub, key S sub, key sub, acoustic sub, and then music crush and music bus. I think that the bus, let me get this with the crush. Crushes were like this brown color. Yeah, let's see what color. Let me just, I'm kind of finishing this as I go if you haven't noticed. We'll make this the same color. I'm trying to get set colors so that when you look at the thing, it's all real obvious what you're doing, what you're looking at. Yeah, there you go. So there's music crush, and then which all of these subs, you'll see they all go to they all go to the music crush. And then you can just adjust them, and you'll see like this. Now these were whatever was set for the last thing. So there's nothing there. A little soothe. There was a little picky thing going on. Yeah, so, and I can use that or not. A little BX shred spread on some of this. I was telling my friend about this. This is a great plugin. I got like 3 minutes, so we got to finish this. But there you go. And I've already got all the main effects down here, which is these 5. Which is space, verb, delay, short, long, and mod. And they're already set here. So, yeah, everybody's got some things on them already. I probably would not, you know, like I would most likely just start with this draw. You know what? I'll just leave it the way it was. It doesn't matter. So, there you go. So then all the keys would then be going, all the keys and strings and guitars and acoustic guitars would then be going out to the music bus, but they would also be busing into the crush, which then goes into the music bus. And again, we've just got a slammed 1176, you know, just to park everything. And vocal 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 already with a preset of a little vocal verb and a little long delay, which isn't on, but just so that when people start singing, and then I can just add more vocal tracks. And then I've got buses here. And this is where it's really changed because I've gone away from the multi-bus on this. And what I'm doing is I'm stacking compressors. So these could be verse vocals, which could be voc 1, V1 sub. This could be chorus, and this could be bridge, let's say. And it'd be across here with different. And then all the BGVs could be on the 4th one, right? It doesn't matter. And you've got on each one, you've got soothe. You've got a multi-band. This is where I really like multi-bands on vocals. And then an EQ, and nothing's been activated. But then I've got 3 compressors in a row. They're all bypassed right now. But yeah, 1176, LA2A. I checked them all. I really like this. I think the silver. Yeah, the UA silver. I really like this one. And then the IK distressor. And then a limiter at the end. So, you know, instead of, well, if anybody's followed me, you'll know that this was last year. Felt like like I was listening to all these mixes. These vocals were just like all like in your face, all that Serbian stuff, and it just felt like my vocals felt polite. And I remember when I was at Mix the Masters with CLA, that was a little bit of a topic, and he was like, "Yeah, I like stacking the compressors because I." And then if you listen to like Boulevard of Broken Dreams, it just feels like that vocal's just like, and I personally like that for a lot of stuff, and I do a lot of pop stuff, a lot of rock stuff. You just want that, country. It's just boom. So there you go, less automation too, right? And then all of these vocal subs are going to the vocal bus and then the vocal crush. I'll go back and make that color. So it's got a crush that's then also going out to the sub V-Bus. And I've just got another like 1176 hitting hard. And, and again, all this stuff can be changed on the quick. And then at the end, I've got my 5 effects. I've got this VAC. This is just a special... I can't remember what the heck this was. I don't know. This was just something. It was for acoustic. Oh, yeah. This is like if I want a special thing for the acoustic, it's there. And then I've got a grit, which is a global decapitator, like for any track can be bussed here. It's called grit on the bus. And then I've got a boom, which is a subharmonic generator, which I've got 3 subharmonic generators on there. I've been using Root 1 mostly, but I've got also Big Bottom, and I've got yeah, that's nice. That's Brower uses this one. I can't remember what the heck it's called, but it's nice. All right, there you go. So that's really the template. So the game plan is I go to LA in the morning. I'm lecturing for I don't like this color. I'm lecturing for I gotta make all my subs. No, I don't. I can do anything I want. But this is a very unique thing here. So let's go like this. Yeah, we'll go like that. I like that. Okay. Anyway, just getting the feel of it, and that's the thing, is like once you just commit to it and work with the same look every day, then it becomes easy. All right, let me do this. I gotta go. So I know I kind of ran through this at the end there a little bit, but you guys can ask any questions in the comments, or you can message me or email me, james@jameslugo.com. Yep, we're not fishing for anything in the algorithm. I mean, maybe. World's getting weird, huh? How's everybody feel about that? A little bit real, a little bit weird. See, I've always been weird. I've always seen the world as very weird. I'm the kind of person that doesn't, I don't see coincidence. I see design. So this is all seems like, people are starting to talk like me now. Oh, I gotta go teach. Later.